a great day.
Thank you.
You too.
All right. Next, we have Nick from Stitch Notes. Hi, Nick. Nice meeting you. I'm Anya, founder and CEO of Taelor's, and today you have Laurie, who is seasonal fashion designer, fashion editors, and also contributors, and so on behalf of multiple fashion magazines. So, Laurie.
Hi, nice to meet you. Oh, you're muted.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. So what your fifth, sixth meeting so far today?
I believe so. Yes, sixth meeting, right?
Okay. So tell me, where do you want me to begin?
Well, my first question for you was, how did you get involved in fashion, and what inspired you to launch your own fashion brand?
That's a long story. Well, my dad used to manufacture for Levi's in the 60s and Hang 10, and also had 8 retail stores in Southern California, primarily Levi's stores back in the day. And then I did the buying for him when I was like 16 years old in the early 80s. I used to go to Magic when it was in San Diego. That's way back when, way before LA or Vegas. And from there, I started dabbling with manufacturing, and I created a little surf brand. And I grew up in the surf industry back in high school and college. And my wife's in-laws own Jack Surf Shop, so it's the first surf shop in the world out here. And from then I started manufacturing, just kind of like doing a little side hustle, and it turned into manufacturing for Nike and Adidas. At that time, I was the second largest manufacturer in the world for Nike. And that was started in 93 when they started doing cut and sew, meaning not t-shirts or sweatpants or joggers, when they started actually doing clothing. And started with them until 2001. And we started Seven Diamonds in 2000 with my cousin, and stayed until 2017, and 2018 left and started Stitch Note, and here we are. So that's my journey. It's a long one, but I've been in this business pretty much my whole entire life.
Interesting. It definitely allows for you to have a easier transition when you start your own apparel brand.
Yeah.
What would you say are some distinct design elements of your brand?
I think our main focus is natural, meaning everything that we do is natural, from the buttons to the labels. We don't use polyester. We don't use man-made fibers. Everything is biodegradable. When somebody says, is your brand sustainable, we're 100% sustainable. We don't even use recycled poly or any of that, because one thing I've learned, that your biggest organ on your body is your skin. And if you have food and you put it in a plastic bag, you put it out in the sun, what happens? It's not good. Same thing when you throw on something that's polyester and you put it on your skin and you go out in the sun for 3-4 hours, what's going to happen to that organ? It's not good for it. So we use linen that's European linen. We use our cotton is either organic or Egyptian cotton. We use bamboo, cashmere, merino wool, mohair, all natural fibers. And now we've developed some new fabrics that are made out of eucalyptus plant and out of aloe vera, which are very, very helpful, for your skin and being outdoor. If you're going on vacation, going on a cruise, or a weekend out in the sun, you want to wear something that's good for you. And that's pretty much our whole entire collection. And that's our standard, and that's how we're moving forward. And it's we're taking it one step at a time. We're not really trying to gobble everything. Right now, our main focus is a lot of specialty stores, brick and mortar. And I think our next year focus is bringing on a few more major retailers, big box stores, maybe 1 or 2 max. And
where are your brick and mortar stores located?
Majority of them are in the South and Midwest, and then Northeast. I mean, our worst West Coast, there's just not a lot of men's brick and mortar stores. There's not. A lot of the older cities in the southern US or the Midwest, like, population's 50,000 people. They have that central downtown area where everybody goes to, where you have your, your restaurants and your stores, where there's no major mall. So where there's malls, a lot of strip centers kind of are, it's not, they don't do well now around there.
So your brand is sustainable. What would you say separates your brand, either in terms of traceability or like the very sustainable natural materials that you use? What separates your brand from other eco-friendly apparel brands that are out there?
There's some brands that use that don't use poly. We try to stay away from man-made fibers. Anything man-made is not good for you. It's not. You can tell me whatever you want. I mean, recycled poly is still poly. So they say it's sustainable because it just doesn't make sense to me. I'm a firm believer that whether it's freshly made polyester or recycled poly, it's still poly. And that's what we try to do. And I think that's pretty much where we're trying to separate ourselves from everybody else. Linen is the best fabric for your skin, hands down. I mean, there's studies that showed that linen is very, very good for your body. And we do a lot of linen. Majority of our collection is linen. Next season, we'll be doing like a linen jacket, linen shirt, short pants, all within the same color, within the same color palette. And I think that where our line kind of is starting to grow and to get our niche, we're kind of a little young, where we can kind of feel that younger, that even a teen to 25 to 30-year-old, but at the same time, we can kind of bridge the gap to an older 55, 65-year-old gentleman. And that's kind of our goal right now, like where we're meeting with a couple of stores where our brand kind of sits in between both ends of the spectrum for a man.
What elements bridge the younger age group to the older one?
Using vintage design, like vintage patterns that we use, vintage bodies. We do like a little welt pocket here with a straight bottom. Our colors are some of our fabrics are done in India where they use color, and some of it we get that little vintage vibe into it, like where you can put it with a denim jean, even a vintage jean, or you can put it with a younger, an older stretch jean. That same, our collection goes from a collection that has, I guess, like a little rock and roll, little music to it, got that vibe, and then clean, classy, going to Mediterranean, Amalfi Coast. That if you're going to go out and sit by the pool, or you're going to walk the streets, or go out to dinner, I can bridge that gap. Like I can bridge that rock and roll guy, and I can bridge that gentleman that wants to look like, hey, look at me, with nice, clean, classy look.
And what would you say inspires those two different aesthetics that you offer to your customers?
Well, growing up here in Southern California, the surf industry is where I grew up, where vintage was just, we're all about vintage. And then, the neighborhood that I lived in, everybody had their garage open. They're either working on their cars, or there's like a lot of rock and roll bands that just started in the garage. We don't have that anymore, but that's how I grew up. I grew up like on my bike, just and you see people like at night just playing the drums, or like they're just rocking out. They're not a band or anything, but just people just play music, and or fixing their cars, or a train set, or something like that. It just had that different nostalgia to it. That's kind of where I grew up. And then I went into the surf industry, and then I went into the apparel industry, and then now I'm an older gentleman. I'm almost 60 years old, so I kind of have to dress. I can't like always dress like I'm a young kid that grew up in Huntington Beach, but sometimes I do, like I wear a cap, and like people think like there's no way you're 60-year-old. I'm not. I don't dress like that sometimes, but then at the same time, if I have to go somewhere with my friends, I can't dress like that, so I got to kind of be a little bit more elegant. So that's pretty much where our collection goes.
And what benefits would you say your partnership with Taelor offers your customers?
I think that their demographic is all over the place. I mean, sometimes you never know what you're going to get. You got to be able to kind of approach them and show them like different types of items. And a lot of the things that we do, whether it's, they sent me something that they showed somebody, it's like a linen shirt where it's yarn dyed, and it's a yarn dyed stripe. And then on the other side, it's a yarn dyed check, and the shirt's cut down the middle. So a person's looking at that, like, it's not really that easy to take the same yarns. You can use different fabrications, that's easy. But to create the same yarns means that you have to dye the yarns all together and, create that garment. So I think, we're a little different than a lot of the brands out there. And I think that kind of helps us, get to where our customers needs, if they need something a little bit different. And that I think that we can offer something in that realm.
Yeah, that's right. Our customers, Laurie, guess how young and how old is our customer base?
I mean, aren't they anywhere from 18 to early 60s?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
you see what I'm saying?
As our youngest customer is actually 13, oldest customer is 85. So
yeah,
we found our customer actually in all over the different states, including Alaska. But where our customer has really like what they all have in common, they do have a lifestyle. They do meet people. They are not people who are at home like 7 days a week. They actually do meet people. They are either a single guy who go out for dates, or they have date nights with their wife, or they are real estate agents, professors, pastors, sales guy, managers, executives, and business owners, or just they do meetings with people. So they are people who are either for meeting with people for work or for dates or just for social life. But in general, they do meet with people, and they are busy men. They are not trying to figure out the research on latest fashion trends. They are someone who really value their time. They want a little bit help from our stylists, and AI can pick the perfect item for them to try something a little bit different. And so they don't have to wear the same thing again and again, like what they have done in the last 10 years. So they can expand their fashion horizon and try out something new, discover new brands. And that's where they really use Taelor for. They want to look put together. They are not very into, they want to be fashionable, but they want to be polished, put together, clean, stylish, and still looks like themselves.
Mhm.
yeah.
Right.
So I mean, I think we hit all ages, and then we have some kind of unique. Our prints are really, really strong, where you can find something that kind of that, whether you're a young guy or an older guy, you can find something that can fit. They don't have our whole entire collection, which is very difficult to do, but our collection is very. I mean, we have like about 300 SKUs in our line, so there's a little bit for everybody. So yeah, I mean, it's fun. I enjoy manufacturing. I enjoy designing, developing, sourcing. We source product from India, Turkey, Peru. A lot of our prints, a lot of our linens are made out of India. It's a challenge to manufacture in India, but we do it. It's not something that, I mean, it's one of the hardest places to manufacture in the world, just to get your deliveries on time. But they when they have their weddings, they use their weddings are so big that it's just, I mean, it goes on for days, and they just spend a lot. So when they're dressing up, also they dress up and use the fine fabrications. So we can source a lot of really intricate fabrics and unique fabrics that very hard to find around the world, and especially the linen that we use. They do a great job manufacturing linen.
And that's important too, because your customer, they'll definitely be able to tell the difference. Even though it's hard for you to manufacture in India, if they produce something that you feel is worth sharing from your brand, people come back for more.
Yeah. I'll tell you something. Right now in the industry, it's slow. It's just that the economy has kind of gone down a little bit. A lot of stores have gone down. Maybe 10%, maybe 5%, maybe some stayed. Even some stores have gone down 26% in sales. One thing that we've noticed that we called our customers, our product is done very, very well with everybody, which is a good thing. And I think next year for us, we'll be pushing the envelope a little bit more, and start, calling more customers, just and growing. We're growing organically. We're not looking to, be all over the place. I mean, or social media, you won't find us. We're loyal to the customer base that we have. And when somebody goes in their store, they're not going to find that garment anywhere, else. They're not going to find it everywhere. So when they see it, they're like, oh, what is Stitch Note? They go online. It's still hard to find. They're like, okay, they'll go back to that store because really find it somewhere else. It's not easy. And that's building our brand with our customer base when they like it, and they really do appreciate it. And we told them, okay, next year now we're letting them know that we'll go a little bit more online, and we'll go to 1 or 2 big box, maybe just one, and go from there. See how where it takes us, and take that next step. Now you work. Do you work now for Taelor?
No, I don't. I'm a freelance editor.
Okay, got it. That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah.
And sorry, and you're based where?
I'm based in New Jersey.
Okay. It's nice out there. I got a lot. My wife has a lot of family in Jersey, so.
Oh yeah, where about?
They're up in Cherry Hill, and I don't know. There's a couple cities around there. I don't know, whatever in that area.
I'm on the Jersey Shore, part-time
Okay.
Jersey and Florida. My family just moved to Florida.
Yeah, you live a little bit, yeah,
Way down.
but yeah.
I live in an area where nobody, I say where I live and people are like, what? Like people who've lived in New Jersey all their lives are like, where's that? I'm like, it's a very small town.
That's good. Sometimes it's good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, thank you for joining us today. I don't know, Anya, if there's anything else you would like to add, or if there's something you would like.
just one. Like, Nick, what's trendy? What's coming?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Say that again.
What's trendy? What's coming?
What's next for your brand?
Oh, our brand for next year is going to be, we're doing a lot of novelty work. We did it in the past, but we're doing a lot of like I'm creating a jacket, and on the back of it's going to be hand painted.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. It's different. So I'll have a video of the guy hand painted it, and it's and the ink that they use doesn't wash off, so it'll stay on. And then also we're doing a hand painted, and they'll have some embroidered items on the jacket. I don't know if you ever seen our some of our product that we did in the past. We did a lot of embroidered. Hold on, just give me a second. I'll show you one thing that we did in the past.
Sure.
It's fun to hear about different brands, and they're very, very different.
Yeah.
Certainly, they all have a sustainable element, which is important for me because that's kind of an angle I always look for whenever I write about fashion brands.
Yeah. So this
Wow.
is 100% wool. It's melange. I don't know if you can see the colors in there. So we embroidered on this is for our last year's fall holiday collection. We did the embroidery on the pocket, a little embroidery on the sleeve. Are you able to see that?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And then the embroidery on the back. And then on the inside, it's got a little cowboy with a lasso.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's kind of neat.
Oh, that's so cool. Do you have photos of that, like high res press imagery?
You know what? We kept it offline. I think I might. I think I do. I think I'll send you some. I think some of the items. So again, this is just 100% like a Dobby cotton, where it's got the little stable with horses, little hat there.
Mm-hmm. Very cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. That's so nice. Oh, I would, if you have photos of that, I would love to use that. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
And
so
that's all
that's
hand painted?
No, this is not.
Oh,
No, but hand painted is going to be on the jacket on the back.
okay. Would you have photos of that too once that starts getting?
Yes, once it's done, we'll have that. But this is just.
When do you think?
It won't be until end of July.
End of July. Okay.
And that's for spring, summer 25. So anyways, that's just our, that's some of the items that we've done in the past, and we've dabbled with different things. And I don't know if I have. Like this is embroidery.
Oh, wow.
You see that?
Yeah, that is
That
beautiful.
yeah. And then this is also like an indigo yarn embroidery, all over embroidery.
Wow.
And
That is
say
so unique.
yeah.
That's you don't see that often in menswear.
No,
Wow,
no, no. Yeah.
that is
So
beautiful.
yeah.
So cool. Next time we should do the road show of looking at different material
Yeah.
in the
And then
different.
but we get into a classic. This is just a classic. This is made out of bamboo and cashmere.
Mhm.
But it feels see that it's got good weight to it. It
Yeah.
feels amazing on the hand. So I mean, going from that to this, you can kind of see where our collection is. It's not like just like one. We're not bottled up into one age group, so we can kind of bounce off from a younger customer to an older gentleman.
I would love to use some photos of that for my pitch because I feel like that could really work to sell the article as well. Because I used to be an editor for a magazine, so I know whenever
Yeah,
when I get pictures, I would love a visual element as well.
yeah, I do have some pictures of that. I'll send you some. I'll send you some pictures from our fall holiday collection. I'll send you some from our spring summer so you can take a look at them. And some of our spring summer stuff I have some pictures of that are kind of a little unique. I don't have. Let me see if I can find something real quick. Hold on one second. What's up, Jen?
How are you?
I love to be able to see the material right away. Feel like, oh wow.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
would
That's
do a roadshow for looking at different items.
Mhm.
You know what? I can't find them, but we'll do stuff like this, like a Bill Street.
Oh wow.
That's Memphis. It's got it's got all the places in Memphis. And then we'll do one like just a beach scene that's engineered. But then there's a couple other ones that we do like this. I just can't find them. I don't know where they're at right now. But
Do
that's
you do
from like
any
I'm sorry?
do you do any custom designs?
When you say custom, what
Like
do you mean by
if somebody wants a specific, maybe a street like Rainbow Row in Charleston,
right?
and they want that, could you do that?
We can, but there's a minimum units that need to be done in that,
Okay.
you know,
Okay.
because you know what I mean. It just takes time to create, and it starts skyrocketing unless we can get it into mass production, where we can bring the price down. And another thing that we didn't discuss is that our pricing is very, 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 very competitive. I mean, that jacket that you saw, which is 100% wool, and it's melange wool. It's not just like because it's three colors of yarn that are put together, where you get like a lighter gray, a medium gray, and a darker gray. And it's 100% wool with embroidery on the sleeve, embroidery on the both sleeves, on the front pocket, and on the back, with the hit on the inside screen print. It's 135 wholesale, which is like $200. But something like that, it's there's a lot. How many embroidered how many stitches are in that? It's just high. And then I did an all over embroidered short that had like 500,000 stitches in it.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't. Hold on. I'll show you that. I think I might have it.
Okay. Oh wow.
That
Oh, I love that.
That's all in. But look at the colors. Can you see the colors in that?
And where was this sourced? Was this from India?
India. Yeah, that's all
Interesting.
embroidery. That
Wow.
whole thing is
Wow.
embroidery.
That's unbelievable. Very
Yeah,
cool.
and then here's the shorts real quick. Again,
Oh,
that's all hand, not hand. That's a machine embroidery. Sorry.
wow.
Yeah. So
Oh, that's so cool.
yeah, these are cool. So, anyways, I'll let you guys go. Thank you very much. And
Thank you so much.
I'll get the pictures. I'll email them to I'll email them over to them, and then they'll get them over to you.
Perfect. Well, thank you
Okay.
so much. Thank you for showing us the product.
Thank you.
Sounds good. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.